Ho ho ho, it's Ho Hin, and today I'm here to talk about peak spots on 5 maps that you may not have heard of or noticed about. So, Rainbow Six Siege has been out for quite some time now, and there are still many spots to discover and use. Now, I'm not a superstar player or any of the stuff that qualifies me as being good, but I have played for a long period of time and I've obtained a substantial amount of experience to share. So, here they are. Enjoy. The first map I'd like to talk about is Favela. So there are many spots in Favela that you can use to catch someone off guard, especially on the towers that the packaging room is located at. You can rearrange the order of which barricades you use to peek your enemies, but there is one spot that I like using a lot because of how often it's not used by both sides. So for this spot, you just have to go to the second floor near the football apartment. To the east, there is a doorway. Hit that open and you'll be able to see the packaging room and the drug room windows, and also the opposite tower where offenders would usually pass by. This way you can easily catch someone off guard when they are rappelling to one of the windows or are on the roof checking for enemies. Now the second map is House, and this one spot is very situational as not a lot of people come through that way, but when they do, it's really deadly. So you want to go to where the stairs are located, which connect from the kitchen to the training room. Under the railing, you can smash a hole which looks through to the entrance of the house, and it's really hard to spot even if you are outside prone in. Now the second spot isn't as hidden as it was before, as I just saw one or two people do it today. But you want to go to the top floor and hit the right window in the shower. This gives you a nice view on the street outside the garage. Most people will peek from the ground floor window outside the study room, but it's actually super obvious to see and shoot you down. Here I blew up the door, pretend that it was a thermite charge, and you can already tell that the window right above it was messed with because it's so close to where you're looking at. But the one in the shower is much harder to see due to the angle. Beware that people who rappel up the railings outside can see the window clearly, so do scan for those enemies first in case if you get shot as you peek. The next map is Oregon, and it's a rather big map and lots of places to peek from. The most obvious being kitchen doorway that leads to the bigger tower and the garage that will let you see the entrance of that tower. Usually when enemies hear the barricade breaking, they will immediately check for those places. But there is one place that's also a bit hidden in the small tower that lets you see the exact same angle as the kitchen doorway. You can go ahead and hit the left side of the window and it will be enough for you to locate enemies already while maintaining a low profile. Here you can see that if you have an ACOG scope on, when you ADS the head level facing the kitchen doorway, the small tower window gets blocked. Okay, so the fourth map is Hereford Base. Now, when there are objectives located in the basement or the second floor, many will choose to either go through breaching downstairs directly or through the red room. There are peaks for both of these places, but the latter will be more obvious. For holding the red room, you want to go to the second floor and hit the window beside the red room. It will give you a nice view on the ground level and even lets you see people who are rappelled on top of the red room and the sniper tower right across. You will have to crouch if you want to see the upper part of the sniper tower in case if the objective is on the third floor and they have a glass going there. Same works for the other side. You can just go to the other direction and pop that window open to see the same view, just on a different side of the map. For downstairs basement, you will have to pull down a barricade to go out. It makes a lot of noise, but as long as you're fast enough, you should be able to pick one off when they are too focused on looking through the walls as they breach. Just watch out as you come back down, because there is only one way down to the ground floor, and if enemies happen to be there, you might have some trouble getting back down to defend the objective. The last map I'll be talking about is Canal. The first place is downstairs on the other side of the basement objective. You can hide behind the van and peek out, seeing if there's any people down there trying to breach in from that direction, and usually there will be 1 or 2 people there. You can also see if there are people who are trying to rappel down. Usually there's not a lot, but there is still a chance. And also people who are crossing the top of the corridor to the other side. The next spot will be guarding right outside the ground level above the basement. There are some obvious peek spots like the corridor windows, but you could also head further back and there is a doorway that you can pull down. And when you do, there are multiple cars that can help block out your enemies from seeing this from their angle, but it gives you quite a nice spot to shoot people who are outside the entrance, maybe droning or just peeking into the entrance. You could also head upstairs and get that doorway to get a higher up view and also get to see the roof much better. Compared to the corridor peaks, I think this one's much better. The other obvious peek spot in this map is the lounge window to peek into the bigger tower where 2 levels of office rooms are located at. That I think is the most well-known one in Canal, and a lot of people are aware of that spot, so you should stop using it. But you could go further north and achieve the same effect, but with less people noticing it, because the lounge actually sticks out and covers it a bit. You can also see people coming from the other side as they approach the tower from the spawn. If you wanted to, you could also look right into the spawn. Just go to the doorway beside that spot and you'll be able to see further in. Most people will not expect you to suddenly shoot into the spawn and will be quite surprised. Vice versa, if you are guarding small tower, you can go to the 3rd level on the opposite side and peek right to the other side of the street, roof and basement path. Now, I want to restate that I am not qualified as being a good player. I'm actually only Silver 1, so that's pretty awful. But I'm just here to let you know of these places so you better players can make more efficient and effective use of this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you guys next time.